Welcome back to Maria's Mama Chats. On today's episode, we're going to be talking about my reflection for this Holy Week. Honestly, I didn't think I would be making this episode today. I did not think I had the time. My day got very busy, but the Lord actually made this space for me right now to share this reflection while my kids are asleep. And so I'm here to share it. I think leading up to Good Friday, it's so important to realize why Christ died and the fact that he died for all of us, not just the ones we think are worthy of it. Because every person you meet, every person that has annoyed you, even your worst enemy, is someone that Christ himself thought was worthy enough to die for. And that was just so that they could have the chance at eternal life. It wasn't a guarantee. They still have to choose it. We still have to choose it. And it actually states this in Romans. Romans 5, 6 through 8 is what I'm going to read, but you should definitely read before and after because it is still quite beautiful. While we were yet helpless, at the right time Christ died for the ungodly. Why, no one will hardly die for a righteous man, though perhaps for a good man one will dare even to die. But God shows his love for us, in that while we were yet sinners, Christ died for us. And I try to remind myself of that when someone's annoying me, when someone is just really testing my limits. Christ died for them. We remember him on Good Friday because he died for all of us. He didn't just die for one of us. And so I try to reflect on that, especially on those who have hurt me in the past. Who am I to say they don't deserve my love and my kindness when Christ literally died for them? A clear example of this is actually an everyday thing. Driving. I used to have pretty bad road rage. Honestly, I'm kind of embarrassed to say that, but my road rage was not cute. It was pretty bad. I knew I wanted to work on it, and I did work on it. What I did was I would force myself to pray for a person that did something stupid or just made me angry on the road. Every time I would get this feeling of just anger on the road, I would just force myself to pray for them. It was really difficult because you're feeling an overwhelming sense of just rage, and yet you're forcing yourself to pray for them. Honestly, I don't even really get road rage anymore. Really, the only times I get annoyed or angry in the car is when someone has endangered my kids and I believe that's righteous anger. Do I do anything about it anymore? No, because then I would be the one putting my kids and I in danger. One of the things that helped me is just realizing that it's silly. Why are we getting mad at random strangers? They don't deserve our anger. They don't deserve to take our peace. If someone is doing something stupid and trying to curse you out and flick you off, that's the last person you should be losing your peace to. As someone who had road rage, now I view it as silly. Because what do you gain other than a bad mood and a bad example for your kids? I used to get mad or annoyed when someone just suddenly slowed down in the car or they started swerving, or I would just be like, what are they doing? This is so stupid. They probably got a toddler in the back seat. I just stopped playing this assuming game. I could play a movie in my head about what the other person is thinking, what they're doing, why they're acting the way that they're acting. I could literally play a whole movie in my head. None of it is probably true. So I had to train myself to stop playing the assuming game in a negative manner. What if they have a toddler in the back seat? What if they just got bad news? What if they have someone in there that needs their attention? And I know you're supposed to put your full attention on the road, but if you have kids, you know that your toddler does not care if you're driving. They need this water and they need it now. And trying to negotiate with a crying, screaming toddler in the car is not easy. I'm not saying there are no actual bad drivers on the road. There are, and unfortunately, I'm not going to change their ways by flicking them off. But I can, at that moment, pray for them and pray that they have God's protection, because even though they may be making a stupid decision, the Lord still died for them. And the Lord still thinks they're worthy of that prayer. So I should too. And I should be praying for them, and I should be praying for their salvation and their understanding of how important other people's lives are. Another verse that I'll add on to this is Corinthians 13. And I know 13:4 and beyond is so beautiful, but I actually want to talk about the verses before that. 1 Corinthians 13:1 and 2. If I speak in tongues of men and of angels, but have not love, I am a noisy gong or clanging cymbal. And if I have prophetic powers and understand all mysteries and all knowledge, and if I have all faith so as to remove mountains, but have not love, I am nothing. You can be doing all of the things in your faith correctly, but if you do not have love, what's the point? God is love. So to wrap it all up, the thing that I'll be reflecting on this week is the fact that Christ died for all of us, and we can choose to love in the little ways throughout the day, like driving, as a mom, taking care of my kids with kindness and love, praying for those who have hurt me, praying for those who annoy me, and all of the people that I encounter on a day-to-day basis, reminding myself that Christ died for the ungodly. And if we lived in a perfect world, we would all be great at doing this and great at loving each other and realizing that each life is a miracle and each life is a gift. But we don't, and so reminding myself that just because they do not treat me with the same love and mercy that I have for them does not mean that they do not deserve it. And so I will continue loving them, I will continue praying for them, and continue asking Christ for the grace and the kindness that I need to be able to do that. I'm praying for you guys. I hope that you pray for me as well because I need it. Like and subscribe if you want to support Maria's Mama Chats, and I'll see y'all in the next video.